One day, you're going to look back and realize every yes you ever said cost you the life you truly wanted. And that regret, it doesn't fade. It lingers like a shadow whispering about all the opportunities you traded for comfort, for approval, for the temporary relief of someone else's smile. I'm not saying this to scare you, I'm saying it because I've been there. I've walked the tightrope of people pleasing, always afraid of disappointment, always bending until I nearly broke. Maybe you know the feeling. You say yes when your gut screams no. You stretch yourself thin to avoid conflict. And somehow, by the end of the day, you're empty. And not tired, empty. You think you're helping people, but really, you're borrowing pieces of your future just to keep the peace today. And here's the part nobody tells you. The world doesn't reward your compliance. It rewards authenticity, courage, and the rare few who have the guts to put themselves first. Imagine, for a second, looking at your life 5 years from now and realizing it's not that you failed, it's that you never tried for yourself. That the dreams you postponed aren't waiting for you, they're gone. And the people you wanted to please, most of them wouldn't even notice. But here's the secret. There's a way out. A way to stop rating yourself in the name of everyone else. To finally reclaim your voice, your time, your power. Because once you understand this, you'll never see yourself or your life the same way again. So why does this happen? Why do you keep saying yes when every part of you wants to scream no? The answer isn't weakness, and it isn't laziness. It's psychology, and it's been quietly shaping your life since you were a kid. People pleasing is a survival mechanism. You learn it early that approval equals safety, that fitting in keeps the peace, that conflict equals punishment. And those lessons, once necessary, became chains. Think about it when you were young. Maybe it was a parent, a teacher, or even a friend whose approval you craved. You learned it to anticipate their needs, to adjust, to soften yourself so you could be liked, praised, or at least left alone. Fast forward to today, and the same patterns are playing out, but now, instead of surviving childhood, you're surviving adulthood. You're surviving other people's expectations instead of thriving in your own life. Here's the kicker: every yes you give without wanting to, every compromise you make to avoid tension, rewires your brain. You start equating your value with how much you please others. And that's where the frustration sets in, the exhaustion, the emptiness, the slow drip of resentment. You look around and wonder, why am I stuck? Why do I feel invisible even when I'm giving everything? But here's the good news. Once you see the pattern, you can break it. Once you understand the system your mind has been operating on, you gain the power to override it. And that's exactly what we're going to explore next: how to stop surrendering your life to others without guilt, without fear, and without losing yourself in the process. By now, you might be thinking, okay, I get it, I'm trapped. But what do I actually do about it? And that's exactly what most people never figure out. They stay stuck, apologizing for existing, giving their energy away like it's unlimited, and wondering why life feels so heavy. But the truth is, freedom starts with a choice, a conscious decision to stop surrendering yourself to the expectations of others. The first step is learning the art of no. And I don't mean yelling it or being rude. I mean setting boundaries in a way that feels natural, without guilt, without anxiety. Start small. Say no to something minor today, something that doesn't serve your priorities. Feel the resistance, the flutter of panic, the tiny sting of potential disapproval, and notice this: nothing catastrophic happens. The world keeps turning, your relationships don't collapse, and slowly, you reclaim pieces of your life you thought you'd lost forever. Next, you need to reconnect with your own desires. When you spent years prioritizing everyone else, your own voice gets quiet. Take time to reflect. What do you actually want? What energizes you? What dreams have you been shelving in favor of comfort or approval? Right? Speak them aloud. Treat your own voice as sacred because it's been buried for far too long. And here's a deeper secret. People will respect you more when you respect yourself. The very act of choosing yourself, even in small ways, sends a signal to the world that your time, energy, and boundaries are non-negotiable. And once that happens, the people-pleasing part of you doesn't disappear overnight, but it loses its grip. Step by step, you build a life that's yours, not borrowed from the whims of everyone else. Now that you've taken the first steps, it's time to understand something most people never grasp. People-pleasing isn't just about what you do, it's about how you think. Your mind has been trained to anticipate judgment, to fear conflict, to assume disapproval. And until you change the way you think, no amount of boundary setting will feel permanent. Start noticing the patterns. When someone asks something of you, pause. Don't react automatically. Ask yourself, do I want this? Will this serve me? Or am I doing it to avoid tension? That pause, tiny as it seems, is the crack where freedom sneaks in. Every time you choose consciously, you train your brain to value your own needs above automatic approval. Next, embrace discomfort. People-pleasing is comfortable in a weird way. It's predictable. Saying no, asserting yourself, prioritizing your life. It feels scary because it's unfamiliar. But the magic happens in that discomfort. That's where you start reclaiming your time, energy, and identity. And here's a truth you will tell you: some relationships will change. Some people will react negatively when you stop being their yes machine. And that's okay. If someone can't respect your boundaries, that's their problem, not yours. Protect your energy like it's sacred because it is. The more you practice, the more confident you become. And confidence is contagious. Suddenly, people who used to take advantage of you start noticing your strength. They start respecting your limits. They start valuing the real you, not the version who was desperate to be like. And that, my friend, is liberation. By now, you've seen the patterns, felt the discomfort, and started taking back pieces of your life. But the real transformation comes when you truly commit to living on your terms. People-pleasing isn't a habit you break overnight. It's a lifelong recalibration, a constant practice of honoring your own needs, your own time, your own voice. And here's the thing: every no you practice, every boundary you set, every decision made in alignment with your desires, it compounds. You're building a life where you are in control, not everyone else. The final secret is this: reclaiming your power doesn't make you selfish. It makes you whole. The more complete you are, the more you can give without losing yourself. And when you stop giving to those who don't deserve it, you make room for the people and opportunities that truly matter. You begin to live intentionally instead of reactively, and that's the life most people never even imagine. Imagine looking back a year from now. You'll see the tiny choices, the little no's you utter, the small boundaries you respected, and realize they created a ripple that transformed everything. Your energy is yours. Your voice is yours. Your life is yours. And nothing feels better than finally existing fully, unapologetically, in your own skin. If you're ready to go deeper and discover why most people never succeed and how to fix it, fast click the next video. And if this message resonated, subscribe to Wisdom Recorder and hit like so you never miss the insights that can change your life. Because your knowledge source is right here, and your next chapter starts now.